unaffordable energy bills, of insecure housing, and he wants to change that. So I think we've got a candidate here who is so transparent why he's in it, and have their priorities recognised and addressed by the government of the day. So that's really always the message that I put across, because people will say to me, and I'm sure you've all heard it too when you're out campaigning, what does it matter if it's Edinburgh or London? They're both ages away. It's a plane ride, wherever it is. But actually, independence shouldn't stop at the Scottish Government. My vision, and I know Robert's vision, is that when Scotland becomes independent, local areas get more of a say in local decisions, and we devolve power further down. I know there's lots of different models, and I'm sure we're going to have an excellent debate about it the week after we win our independence, but I'm certain that no matter which model we go with, independence for Scotland will result in stronger local democracy for our islands as well. I'm going to end on just a bit of a question for you all. Who here is a shandy drinker? And to sway the vote than actually giving us a good picture of what's going to happen next Thursday. But there was one published today, which is a UK-wide voting intention by alcoholic drink preference. And the SNP is highest among shandy drinkers, followed by IPA and then lager. So there you go. Next time you see somebody drinking a shandy, make sure and remind them to vote SNP on Thursday. Cheers.
That used to be blue. No, not that one. One near the top. One press. Yeah, that's it.
I think as I walked by the other night, I met 3 guys coming along the road, just along Lynn Road, and I thought Alistair Carmichael was leafletters. So he's obviously worked them really hard. So I was really thinking we need to be doing the same, and I'll point out some leaflets and whatnot later on that we can be collecting and distributing in the last week. But it's quite clear that we've got him working really hard for this seat, and that's a really good sign for us, because as Cara said earlier on, the Lib Dems are quite good at knowing where to vote this at any one time, and visit what they can in the last 4 or 5 days of this campaign. So thanks very much for coming along or joining us online. I was reflecting this morning on some of the tough decisions politicians have to make, and I made a very difficult decision earlier on today. A score broken one, and anybody who knows me and how particular I am about starting the dirty dishes will know that this was no easy choice. But seriously, looking back on the campaign so far, I first of all want to say a big thank you to everybody in Orkney and Shetland who's given up their time to help in any way so far, whether they've been out on the streets or whether they've been having numerous face-to-face conversations with undecided voters. Your contribution is really much appreciated at this stage, and like I said, we've still got a few days to go. I was especially grateful when I was in Shetland to see the activity continuing in Orkney, and likewise since I've been back in Orkney, I've seen leafleting happening across Shetland. And when your part-time boss goes out leafleting in the afternoon with your vice convener while you're still stuck in your main job because you used up most of your holidays to go to Shetland, what can I say? There's dedication for you. Every house reached, as I said, when Richie Sunak made this rain salt announcement on the 22nd of May, apart from this as umbrella, I really do feel that Orkney and Shetland at this point have an opportunity to break the habit of being tied to a Westminster system that's clearly not working for us. As I predicted at that time, the cost of living crisis has largely been driven by Tory mismanagement of the UK economy and the emerging wherever. And especially in Shetland, there's a feeling that they need more powers, more resources to make the right decisions for action locally on energy issues, on tackling the climate crisis, and on keeping the traditional industries on an even keel. Fishing more prominently in Shetland, but agriculture in Orkney. And for these reasons, I feel that the campaign messages that we've come with about winning independence, public ownership of energy, a route back into the EU, and more powers for the islands have hit home with many of the folk that I've spoken to. We've also, this has always been with the message that mitigating against the worst of the policies of the Tories at Westminster really isn't enough. Only with the full powers of independence can we really make these positive changes that are in Shetland playing key roles in that. We are expected as island groups to help meet the UK's climate targets at the same time as tackling the issues of energy costs, food insecurity among too many local families hit by years of Tory-driven austerity, disastrous Brexit and the cost of living crisis. Orkney and Shetland, we know that we no doubt are facing tough challenges and we need strong leadership at these challenging times. I feel that I can be part of that leadership, able to take a broad view of the issues and work with others across the islands to ensure that they have the resources with which to tackle these complex issues that we face. I've heard too often that the cash that's being offered to rectify things like peatland restoration in Shetland, insulation, neighbours and houses isn't quite enough in the islands to meet these additional costs for us, and that's what we're going to hit. No, it really won't do. I've heard Orkney's farming sector call for more funding, certainly. Agriculture funding for Westminster is also encouraging to hear Council Leader Heather Wood the EU funding that is no longer accessible to these islands. Or levelling up funding coming here compared to what recognised at that level. What we need to make sure is that we maximise the numbers of voters in Orkney and Shetland that also recognise the inequity of how we're being treated in so many ways. When we're being short-changed by the UK, what better time to persuade folk to break the habits and vote for me and for the SNP as the right way forward for Orkney and Shetland to thrive rather than simply survive. On the housekeeping side of things, apart from the snacks that you can have yourself in a wee while after with some music for the day. There's badges, window posters and leaflets here. There's plenty here, but I'd love to see folk wearing the badges. So that's all there, and we've got a copy of the manifesto too if you want to have a look. There's some really good points for the rural communities to pick up on there, especially around the fighting the cost of living. I'm going to tell us what we're going to be doing.
Lovely to be here tonight. This first tune is a march played by the Strathspey Real. What stands to Real Society is one of the oldest musical institutions in Orkney, formed in 1948. And this was their